Hello everyone, welcome back to Your Crochet. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this very cool spring trinket. It is spring and yeah, I thought it would be fun to do some arts and craft stuff. Things you will need include some fine yarn and a crochet hook that should accompany that size. This is a 2mm US crochet hook. I'll leave a link because this hook came with these. I'll leave a link to it if I can find it in the description box, so definitely check that out. If you don't have this yarn or don't want to get that yarn, then you can also use the leftover yarn that we used for the kufi tutorial. I think I might have used the 3.5mm US crochet hook for that. Obviously you're going to need some scissors, a darning weave and tapestry needle, and then of course the main attraction, the button. Let's get to it. So I just want to show you this really cool hook that came with this set. I got like 42 of these different color balls, and it came with this double-ended crochet hook. And one end is 2.0mm, I think that's US, and the other end is 1. So these hooks come with two sizes. I have another one that also came with this that I think it's 2.5 on one side and then 1.5 on the other. Okay. For today's video, because this yarn is so fine, I'm going to use the 1mm size crochet hook. Okay, so I'm going to take my yarn, I'm going to wrap it around my finger, creating a slip knot. So twist, exchange. It's been a while since I've done that, right? With all these magic circle projects. Okay, wrap it around my finger that way. Now I'm going to pull this one over that one and off the finger while lifting up on the one that's on the finger. Insert that itty bitty crochet hook into the loop and then pull to tighten. Alright, so we have that made. Now we're going to grab our button. You want to make sure that you have a button that has holes in it big enough for your crochet hook to actually go in there and come out. If you don't do that, then you're going to run into big trouble. Okay. So we're going to choose one of these holes. I'll go into that one, then yarn over, and then just kind of pull it through to the front like that. Put it all the way up to the edge of the button like that. Bring those two loops together. Take your thumb and hold it there and then yarn over. And now holding it there with this thumb, pull all the way through to slip stitch. So 1 and then 2 like that. Now we're going to chain 10. So yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Okay? Now that takes us over here, and we're going to go into the next hole. So we went in there, we're going to go in here now. So insert your crochet hook this side, yarn over, pull through to the front like that, pull it up to the rim of the button, move that loop over to that one and take your thumb and hold it there. Now yarn over and slip stitch. 1 and then slip stitch. 2. So we're going to repeat this process 2 more times. Okay, so we'll chain 10, go in that loop, chain 10, go in that loop, right? Chain 10, and then I'll meet you there and tell you what to do. I'll see you there. Alright, you guys, so this is where we're at. I've chained 10 like I asked you to do, and we're back around to this final hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into that hole, that first hole again, yarn over, and pull it through the same hole. Okay, you might have to kind of maneuver the hook a little bit so that it doesn't get tangled with that first strand that you work through there, right? Okay, and then we're going to yarn over and slip stitch again, going through 1 and 2 like that. This is what you're going to have. Now, instead of chaining 10, we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to go behind these 2 strands, kind of kissing the face of the button, yarn over, and slip stitch. So pull it all the way through. You just got to take your time with such fine yarn. Like that, okay? And that's what you have. Now we're going to go into this chain 10 space and some slip stitch, pulling all the way through like that. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put 20 double crochets into this chain 10 space there. So I'll show you 1, yarn over, go into the chain 10 space, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go back into the chain 10 space, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Continue putting double crochets into this chain 10 space until you have a total of 20, and I will meet you at that point. See you there. Alright, I have completed my 20 double crochet, and now that brings me to these 2 strands again. Once again, I want to go behind them again, just like my Dining Weaving Tapestry needle is doing. Okay? So just get that hook behind them, behind your strands, and then slip stitch. So yarn over, and then pull all the way through. 1, 2, and then once again go into the next chain 10 space and slip stitch. And once again chain 1, then put your 20 double crochet into that chain 10 space. So I've crocheted in all the chain 10 spaces, putting 20 double crochet in each one. And now I'm back here. I'm going to go behind these 2 strands there and slip stitch like I've been doing all along. Very gently. And then now I'm going to go into this chain 5 space. And I'm going to slip stitch in there. And now I'm going to chain 1 like that. Alright, and now I'm going to put 10 half double crochet into this chain 5 space. So yarn over, enter the chain 5 space, yarn over, pull through to the front. I'm going to have 3 loops, and then I'm just going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops. Okay, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4. Okay, and I'll meet you once I complete my 10. I have my 10 half double crochet made in the chain 5 space, and now I'm going to go here and slip stitch. Yarn over, pull all the way through like that. Now I'm going to bring in the new color. Okay, so that's this one. By the way, I know I showed you guys a whole bunch of colors earlier. Obviously I'm not going to use all those colors. I could, but I only want to do 2 rounds, so I'm not. Alright, so I'm going to hook this new color on. Everything, you have to be so gentle when you're working with such fine yarn. Okay, so pull it through, and I'm going to pull on the orange tail to make that loop disappear, and then I'm going to pull on the new color to make that loop get small to my crochet hook. Now I'm going to cut the orange yarn because I'm no longer working with it. Got my scissors, they're here. I'll cut them down like that. And I'll get the orange out of the way. Now I'm going to tie a couple of knots between the orange and the new color, that sort of beige. Okay, so one. Make sure it's still on my hook. Yep, it is. Okay. And then a second one. Try not to get my big hands in the way. Two. Alright. So that's what we have. I'm going to crochet over these two tails. You don't have to if you don't want. You can weave them in or you can cut them down, but I like to crochet over them. So first, as always, I'm going to chain one like I do before I start putting the double crochets in there. So I've chained one, and now I'm going to put one double crochet in every double crochet. Okay, so for these next 20 double crochet there of that orange, I'm going to put a double crochet in each one. I'm going to crochet over these tops, so I'm going to yarn over, put these tails. Did I say over the tops? I'm over the tails. I'm going to put the tails to the back for a moment just so I can find that first double crochet. It's right there. Slicing the icing off top of the cake, and then I'm going to grab the two tails, those two, and just lay them on top. Now I'm going to yarn over, pull through to the front for my normal 3 loops for the double crochet, and then I'm going to yarn over and go through 2. 1, 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna, as I said, put one double crochet in every double crochet below. Land the tails on top. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go into the next one, slicing the icing off the top of the cake. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Okay, I'm going to finish putting one double crochet in each of these 20 double crochet in this first petal, and I'll meet you once I get there. See you soon. I have my 20 double crochet made. Now that takes me to this, so I'm going to go in here, go behind those 2 strands again, and this time I'm going to put a single crochet. So I yarn over, pull through to the front for 2 loops, yarn over, and go through 2. 1, and then 2. I will chain 1, and now I start to put my 1 double crochet in the next 20 double crochet in this on this petal. So find the first one, there it is, slice the icing off top of the cake, and just begin making your double crochet. Okay, so you're going to put 1 double crochet in every double crochet, and then when you get to that center point with the line, put a single crochet in there, chain 1, and then start putting 1 double crochet in every double crochet, and just repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you once we get there. And for those of you who are wondering if you could actually do this with this slightly larger yarn, 100% cotton yarn, even though I told you you could, but if you didn't believe me, look at this. Yes, you can. Okay, look at that. And I actually starched it so it's kind of stiff, which is very cool. Okay, let me know, 1, if you saw this part of the video, and 2, if you want me to show you how to make these little trinkets stiff. Enjoy. Alright, I am back around. So I'm going to go behind this one and make a single crochet. So yarn over, pull through for 2 loops, yarn over, and go through 2. Alright, now I am in the realm of these half double crochets, and I'm just going to put 1, well, basically I'm going to slip stitch into each of them. Okay, so I'll find the first top. Everything is so small here, but just find your first top, go in there like that, slicing the icing off the top of the cake. Okay, yarn over, pull all the way through to the front, and then slip stitch. And we're going to do that for every single stitch across. Slip stitch. Okay. Slip stitch. So I think in this chain 5 area we put 10 half double crochets, if I remember correctly. How many ever you put in, that's how many times you're going to slip stitch. Okay. And it's going to give those stitches a nice little border. See how it's making that really beautiful. Nice. Yeah, I like it. Alright, this might be my last one. Slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to go in this one again, and I'm going to slip stitch this time instead of putting a single crochet. So slip stitch. Alright, now, so this is what we have. Okay, we're basically done, but I want to create a little loop, something that I can use to hang it onto things. Okay, and the cool thing about this decorated button is that you can use it for whatever. You can use it as, like I said, a trinket. It can be a pendant. You can attach a keychain to it. If you're in college, I know a lot of college students like to attach little things to their book bags, so it's kind of dangling as they walk to their classes. You can glue it to a magnet and put it on your refrigerator. I mean, it has like just countless uses. Okay, this one that I'm going to be making is going to serve as just something you can even put it around your wrist. Okay, so I'm just going to make a series of chains so that I create a loop. Depending on how you want to use it, that's going to determine how many chains you make. So I'm going to chain 30. So the last thing I did was slip stitched in there, and I'm going to chain 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30. Okay, and now I'm going to come back down. So I'm coming back down to this side. So this is where I came from, that side, the left, and I'm going to go back down to the one on the right, just on the right, and I'm going to slip stitch over there. So pull it all the way through like that. Okay, I'm going to chain 1, and now I'm going to cut my yarn, my thread, and fasten off. Okay, and to see what I have, this is what I have. Okay, isn't that cute? So that's my little loop to hang it on. You can put it in your car. It can, you know, serve as a display. The cool thing about this is that it kind of looks like a flower, but also kind of looks like a butterfly. You know, it's just like really cool. This tail right here, you'll just weave that in. Grab your darning weave and tapestry needle, and then just go through some of the stitches of that same color, obviously, in one direction. Okay, and then take a slightly different path, going back in the opposite direction. Like that. Pulling it through gently and then cutting that down. Do the same thing with this orange tail, and I'll check back in. Alright, I got the orange tail woven in, and this is what you have. This is a cute little spring trinket. So many uses, all coming from just a button. I love it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, this is just something creative, something fun, something different that you can do with some fine yarn and a button. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to know how to do other little artsy, crafty sort of things, then check out this playlist.